Hello everyone, in this tutorial we are going to continue from where we stopped from the previous video. Okay, so let's get started. We are going to complete this test can create a user student. So first and first, we are going to create a database. I'm using XAMPP, but you can use any database of your choice. So we are going to create a database called school. So the next thing, I'm going to my env file and complete the configuration. So I have my database schools, username root and password null. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to create a migration, sorry, a student model and a migration. So we go to PHP artisan make model student dash m. The dash m means migration. Okay, so everything has been created. If you go all the way to here, we are going to see a student model. And if you go to database migrate, you see a student migration. So let's work on this schema. Let's add some things, okay? But we're gonna make it simple. We're gonna keep it simple. So if you come here, all we want to add here is we want to add let's just say a student first name. We're gonna have first name, last name, and course like this. So we're gonna have the student first name, we're gonna have student last name, we're gonna have the course of the student, and then email address. Okay, that's it. Let's just keep everything simple for now. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to let's migrate our tables. Okay, so PHP artisan migrate. So we've migrate all our tables. If you come to our database and refresh, we are going to see all our tables, but what we need right now is our student table, which is empty. Okay, so we are coming back to this. So the next thing that we are doing, that we are going to do is we are going to use faker to create a student. Okay, so let's import faker, use faker factory, and then here we come here and say faker is equal to factory create. So we want to pass our student data to this student controller. Okay, so if you come here, the first thing that we have is our student first name. So we see first name is equal to we want to say the first name in a variable so that we can check during our assertion. So we say f name is equals to faker that the name. Okay, so again for our last name, we come here and say last name, and then for our course we say course. So our course is gonna be a word, not a name. So it's gonna be a word like this. So the next one is the last one is our email. Let me delete. So our email is gonna be, we don't need this. We don't need this here. Let me check. Let me change this one to N. Sorry, last name. So all right, our email address is gonna be a unique. It's gonna be unique like this. It's gonna be unique and self email. Yeah, so like this. So let's run our test and see what's gonna happen. Okay, clear. So I already have it here. To run your test, don't forget you have to go to vendor bin PHP unit. You have to go to this directory. Here's telling us an error. Let's see what's happening. Email address is gonna be email faker unique and self self email. So that's spelling. Sorry, save email like this. So let's come here. I'll run it. Unexpected. Oh, sorry, we don't need this. So let's run it. We are still getting an assertion, but let's go to our database and see if we have any record. We don't have any record, so we have to come to our student controller and accept the record and store it. Okay, so we need a request. We need a request like this, and request. Okay, so the next we have to import the student. Use student, like we want to use the student model. Where is the student model again? um, yeah, this is our student model. Okay, so we want to use the student model in our controller. So use app student. So now to create our student, we come here and say student create. So we're gonna pass in the data. So it's gonna be the first name. The first name is going to be equals to request dot name. Sorry, it's gonna be request dot first name, and then the last name, the course, and the email. Okay, so here's gonna be the last name, here's gonna be the course, and here's gonna be the email. So email, course, last name. So that's it. That's all we need here. So let's run our test again. Don't forget we're using TDD. So in every changes that we make, we have to run our test. Okay, so we are coming here. Let me say clear. I'll run our test again. So error occurred. Let's check the error. Let's go all the way up and see the error. So it's saying add a fillable. So we are supposed to add a fillable in our student record, like in our student database. For here, we're going to add a protected guided. Okay, a protected guided, and then let's make our ID, since it's unique, not our first name that the system is telling us to make. So let's make our ID guided and try again. Let me clear this, clear, and try again. Cannot open file, test. Okay, we have an error again. Let's go and check what's the error. First name, add first name to fillable. Add first name to fillable. We already have guided. I think I didn't spell this well. So it's gonna be guided like this. Save. Let's test again. So yeah. So our test has passed. So everything works fine now. So if you go back to our database and refresh, we see we have a one record. Okay, so we have one assertion, but again, I want to improve on this assertion. Like I want to check if the structure of our table has first name, last name, course, and email address. Okay, so to do that, we are going to come here. Sorry, it's not displays. So we need to check and say if assert JSON, if assert JSON structure, so we want to check the structure if the structure has first name and last name and course and email. So we want to check what course and email. Okay, so we want to check if what we are returning is this one. Okay, so let's check again and do clear. Oh, failed to assert that an array has a key first name. Oh, okay, we have to come here and store the result. Results is equals to, and then we have to pass the result after saving the student. We have to come here, I'll move the array and pass it here. Okay, so let's test again. Yeah, so now you see we have one test pass and 5 assertions. So now in our next video, in the next lesson, we are going to use Laravel resource class to transform our model collection into JSON. Okay, thank you for watching and have a great day.